everybody. How y'all doing today? Recently, I did a water resiliency test, a stress test as I like to call it, on the direct action Dragon Egg backpack. And actually the backpack did okay in terms of the nylon. The nylon here actually repelled the water pretty good, but because the zippers on the Dragon Egg had no rain flap or cover, the water was seeping in, getting inside. So what I decided to do today for fun is to take the first Tactix one-day backpack and do the same test. This would be great for your purchasing, just buying decisions. And it also helps us validate whether, the water resiliency that is advertised on First Tactical's webpage is true or not. But to also help the manufacturer and us, I did something different. If you look here, I've taped up all the zippers, okay? So that's why you got all this Gorilla Tape here. The grommet holes have been taped up as best I can get. This is nylon. So there's a grommet hole cover, there's another grommet hole cover. It's nylon, so there might be a few gaps here and there because it's not like a solid you're trying to tape down. And what I'm going to try to do, I'm just going to spray that water hose over there directly onto the nylon. I'm trying to protect the water, I'm trying to keep the water out of the zippers. We're going to simulate to be, I guess, trying to keep it fair, like you're in a light rain. And let's do this test for 2 minutes. Usually I do it for 1 minute, but because we got the zippers taped up, let's see how well this can hold up for 2 minutes. 2 minutes should give us a good idea of how well this will work. And also, I've already stuffed this with like a towel, socks, and some other stuff. So when we open this up, we'll get an idea of, if the items inside got soaked or not. Okay. So, I got this. Let me get my stopwatch here ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. So one more time, you're like maybe out in the parking lot. It starts, the rain kicks up, and you're like, oh man, I gotta get for cover. Trying to get inside. Can you do it? Spraying it directly on the nylon there. Let's make an adjustment there. Spray it on there in that front top admin pouch. We got like a minute and 15 seconds left. Sit up here. Okay, my stopwatch went off early at the 1 minute mark. So I've reset it. We're going to begin with 1 more minute on this. 3, 2, 1, go. Trying to get that light rain. I like doing a light rain because, we could do a hailstorm or we could do just throw it in water. But a light rain kind of simulates a lot of your situations. The typical, situation you might find yourself in. And because this is not waterproof, we're not trying to see how well it'll do like an hour in the rain, right? Trying to see like how long this might last if you were stuck in the open and you had to find cover or deploy your poncho or tarp or something, something like that. So right now we're at the 34-second mark. We got 20 seconds left. I'm blasting the face here because this is the one that's most exposed to the elements. And it's one of the most islands. So then we get here. Okay. We got 10 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Alright. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pause this and let some of this water run off. Because if I open it right now, water's just going to run into the bag because it's all over the tape and stuff. So let's let this drain off a little bit. Okay, it's had a moment. I brushed off some of the water. So that way, when I take this tape off, hopefully none of it will soak it, seep into the backpack itself and ruin or contaminate the results, if you want to call it that. the goal here is I really hope we can learn some real product knowledge, so that hopefully a manufacturer, like your first Tactix was looked at, like, oh, okay, this water resiliency really does work, but we need to put some flaps over it. Or, you know, hey, maybe it doesn't work, and we really need to improve our formula. And this, of course, educates us, the buyer. So let's start opening this up and see what we get. Okay, first, let's go with the easy stuff. Here on the top, let me pull these down. Sorry. Okay. So, boom. We have access. Make sure you can see that. There we go. I'm going to zoom it in a little bit. We have access to what would be the top admin pouch. In here, I had a cover. Just, I don't know if you can see it, but you see a couple drops right there. So, and it is a little wet right here. Yeah, okay, here's where we see some of the water. Yeah, you see where it's blue at? So, I mean, water's gotten. Let's see what we can see here. Got my hand in here. I think you can see in there, you'll see like a couple of speckles right there. But I don't see any puddles of water building up. And you consider that was blasted from the front. So that's not bad. You know, what water in there could very well be just from water that did seep in through the tape. Okay, let's go for the sunglass compartment. Check that out. Again, you can see a little bit of water there, so we know we have a little bit of seepage. This one has got more water in it. It might be hard to see on the camera. Let me bring it up here. But it's a little bit darker in a few places. Yeah, so more water did get up here. So there's a lesson here. The top part of this is vulnerable to rain. More vulnerable than the rest of it. Okay. Let me pull this off camera here so I can yank some more tape off. Okay, now. Let's check the laptop sleeve. I didn't hit the laptop sleeve as hard as I could have, because I figured something might get in there anyway. I wanted to test the front the most, but we'll see. It still got hit with water. A little bit of water right here I'm seeing around the zippers already. My dirty socks, for all that worth, are pretty dry. So if you had like your computer in there, at least down deep here in the bottom, it would be okay. I'm feeling it. Yeah, I'm feeling my hands around here. Most of the water tends to be up here. Sorry, trying to get this in the camera. Most of the water seems to be up here towards the top. What about the outer admin pouch here? This is an area that's very vulnerable to water. You can see a little bit of water right there. I hope you can on camera. Stick in my hand. Yeah, we got water buildup in here. See that? Look at that pour out there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, these compartments very vulnerable to water. But if you do notice though, you notice you don't have like a lot of water directly on the fabric where this was being sprayed. So it does show that the water repellency is working to some degree. Let's go here. Now in here, oh my gosh, look at this. Now ironically, you see how dark this is? This thing must have been absorbing a lot of water. I have to zoom that camera out a little bit better. Okay. What about these gloves I had in here? A little bit of water. I can see right there. Yeah, you can see the brown spots right there. This is also collected water. I don't know if the camera picks it up very well, but see how I got my hands? Watch this. So I'm going to dump this out. Oh, had a marker in there too. Yep, it is. This one actually didn't do so well. Ironically, it seems like this outer layer may have done better than this one. Go figure. Maybe too much water got sprayed on top of it. What about this inner pocket here? Now let's go back in here. Okay, I had a mechanic glove in there. It feels dry. And I don't really see any water here. So that's pretty good. That tells you that if you were to, like, if you're worried about your documentation, try to keep them in a pocket like this, and they're going to hold up better than anything out here. And speaking of that, let's go to this compartment. This is that CCW compartment on this thing. I threw in here a first tactical, I'm sorry. Threw in this Korean tactical patch. It looks damp. Looks like it's definitely got some water on it. It's not terribly soaked. What can we do about the inside? I'm going to try to hold this for you. It's hard to get on camera, so I'm sorry for that. But it looks dark in there. Dark as in it's got water in there. And it is pretty damp in here. But I don't see any water puddles. Let me see if I can, again, try to get that for you, the viewer. Hopefully you can see this on your computer screen or something, but I don't see any, like, water puddles or anything, which is good. Because this one compartment right here had water, literally water, like a water puddle at the bottom. This one doesn't. That's good news, because this is where I actually keep a lot of, like, my bank book and stuff like that in here. So, that's good news. That means if you have, like, again, your bank book, your passport in a compartment like this, it will probably hold up well against water, snow. It's winter time, you know, we're really getting close to winter. Same as this compartment. Now let's look at the inside. That's where your clothes and stuff are going to go. So I'm going to zip. You can't see it on camera, but I am zipping everything back up. Okay, now it's trying to open the main compartment. What do we got here? Okay, let's just see if I can get that on camera right there. Yeah, we're going to zoom in a little bit for your viewing pleasure. Okay, first, we look here. We got a little touch of water here, so that means we have some seepage. This towel right here, you can see a lot, and that towel is at the bottom, so that means you're getting water seepage at the bottom. And in fact, zoom in right here. See the water right there? See how dark this is? So water has definitely gotten in and collected here. I'm putting my hands on the sides here. A little bit of dampness. Definitely there. Now what about, how about this? Let's point this down and zoom it back out. What about this compartment? These two compartments here, I have some straps in here. See? They feel dry. Feel dry. Dry. You got water here, but I think that just formed. It probably got dripped from this bag or something. What I got in here? I got one of those Sea to Summit collapsible cups. And dental floss. Yeah, actually, the inner pocket, you know, like, so this compartment is dry. I mean, it did a really good job. Over here, though, it's soaked in some water. I'm sorry, let me get that camera. Over here, though, you've got water soaking in. Now, at the very bottom, maybe it's because, even though I had the tape over the grommet holes, it could have been from just too much water. It seeped in, I'm not sure. But the bottom line is, the main compartment's performance I would consider uneven. This compartment performed great. Amazing. That's good news. The outer compartment, where my tactical flag is, that outermost, it seemed to perform pretty well. Especially since it took the full brunt of the rain. Or water. So that did good. This middle compartment right here did not do I don't think it did that great. Not terrible. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe kind of terrible. Definitely got more water in it than you would expect. I thought this would get more water in it, but this one actually got more water. This compartment did okay. So, this compartment got some water in it. Yeah, it's real damp at the bottom. But not totally soaked. Sunglass compartment got soaked. Took a lot of water. But the computer section, not too bad. Up here again, around where this the zippers are, the weak point, it just stayed up there. It didn't collect all the way down. But I would say this, if you're going to carry your power pack or something, one of these top compartments, you definitely do not want this in the rain then. Because when it starts raining, or heavy snow or something like that, it's going to pour in there. It's going to ruin your cord, your power cord or something. So, I hope that informed you. I hope you learned something from this, and hope you enjoyed it. So please like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Over.